Does Melon do that too? The timer?
Hmm.
Nice. You have to take me off screen.
What it do, friends? How are you tonight? And thank you for coming to the live stream. I hope everything is working well. I know last week we tried this and I was not actually on. I was talking to myself. Well, me and Christina, we were talking to each other. However, thank you for being here. I think I am live. Um, Let me know if you're out there in the what it do verse. Um, Tonight we're going to be talking to Adriana from Many Roads, No Rules. She is a friend of mine that I met out in Arizona. Oh no, actually I met her in California. We happened to be at the RTR together this year, but we did not meet there. We met in San Diego, and I am excited to talk to her. We have been texting ever since I got back. However, we have not actually talked face to face. So we will get a chance to talk together and with you.
Hey,
Hey Adriana, how are you, my friend?
what do you do?
What it do, baby? All right. So first question is, do you have a drink?
I do not, but I do have my water. Remember,
Fantastic.
I am in the desert. I have to drink water.
All right. Well, with your water and me with my Buffalo Bayou um
Oh,
Brewing Company Dream Sickle. Let's
oh,
cheers.
fancy.
You're gonna you gonna cheers with me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cheers. Ding. All right.
Nice.
So if you see me do this every once in a while, my earpiece, it always falls out. I've got the smallest one and the other ones don't fit well. So I really hardly ever use that one, but because I'm in a park and like all the people are around and they're coming and going, I can just hear better. So
Perfect.
we're gonna
Perfect.
work with it.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, my friend?
I am fine. I missed you. We had so very good days in San Diego.
Yes, we did. So when we were in San Diego, we spent what, almost a week together, maybe?
Yep,
And we got to basically live on the beach, and it was so nice and peaceful.
yep. And
And
we went places together. We had great tacos. and we had fun.
We did. We had a very, very good time. So,
Yeah.
where are you in the world now?
I am in Nevada, in the desert. I just came from visiting Area 51. Uh, so I had a close encounter with aliens.
You already
But
had a close encounter when you met me.
yeah, exactly. No, maybe you're too young for that famous movie, Close Encounters of the Third Type. I don't know if you
I
ever
have
heard of
heard
it.
of it. I want to say I saw it long years ago.
Yeah, of course. And
I'm starting to get to the age where I'm not too young for a lot of things, surprisingly. I kind of want to go back to that age where I'm too young for things, but I don't know what's happening. Time is not listening to me. You know what? I don't know what I was watching. Must have probably most likely YouTube, and somebody was interviewing Prince, and he said he doesn't count. Well, now he's gone into these RIP. But he didn't count his birthdays,
what?
so you never age.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop counting.
Well, I have tried that, and I tell you, I'm sorry. You know, I am a party pooper. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
No, sorry.
That is
So,
unacceptable.
yeah, but it's
100%
okay.
unacceptable.
It's okay. You can start planning for what you're going to be in the next life. I am already making
Um,
plans for my reincarnation. I am going
what are
to
you
be
thinking?
I am going to be a millionaire.
Ooh, a millionaire. See, I
Yep.
still don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be comfortable.
No,
But I
millionaire,
think I will be. I think I'll be a sailor though,
a sailor.
or a dolphin.
Oh, okay. It's very clear. Pretty much the
Yeah,
same thing.
pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing. You
Yeah.
know, as long as it's got something to do with water and I can actually swim, I'll be fine.
Well, but if you're a millionaire, you can buy yourself a little island and live in the island.
True. But see, if I still can't swim, then the island means nothing. At least in the
Right.
boat, I'm in the water and I can
Then
pretend that
you
I'm swimming with my boat.
okay. You start planning your next life. Okay.
All right,
Because
I'm gonna work on that.
getting younger on this one doesn't work. Sorry.
Damn it.
Sorry.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on it. All right. So, Miss Adriana, um, so the question this month is, how are you living your van life? What is it that you do? Do you consider yourself part-time, full-time? Do you even use that terminology?
You know, I have been thinking of that, and I thought we should really put together a list of terms, like a menu, so people can choose from. Because we all need labels, right? We don't like them, but we need them. You always say, "Oh yeah, she's nice, she's tall, she has an accent," but we do use labels. When it comes to this type of life, are you a camper? Are you a dweller? That is what the part-time, full-time relates to.
Hmm.
Uh, I am a full-timer, minivan dweller.
Now, what would you say is the difference between a camper and a dweller?
To me, a camper is a part-time because they go
Somebody
camping.
that goes
They
out
have
for
a
the
trip.
weekend or for a few weeks trip.
Right, right.
However, a dweller is somebody, no matter where you are, what you're doing, you're in your rig, whatever that is.
The difference is understanding what it means to live in a vehicle and not setting foot in a house. If you go to a house and you sleep in your bed and you cook in your kitchen, and then 3 or 4 days of the week you go in your van or whatever vehicle you have to someplace and you stay there, in your mind, I think that place, there is a noise on. I don't know if you can hear that.
It's them over there dating.
Gotcha, gotcha. So in your mind, you're on vacation, and if anything happens, you can go home, and or you can be there and say, "Oh, when I go back home, I am going to cook this or that or the other thing, and I am going to take a bath." When you don't set foot in a house of any kind, you live in a vehicle. So everything you do revolves around that. You have to plan your meals according to your environment. It's not something like, oh, when I go home, I'm going to chop some garlic and make. No, you cannot do that.
No, you cannot. It is more like when I get to this park and I set up somewhere, that's where I'm cooking.
That is
And
your life.
I keep saying I'm not shy to do it, but I haven't done it. Typically, when I'm here at the park, I'm working the whole time. And by the time, like, I even think about trying to cook something, I'm like, well, it's time to find somewhere to go sleep tonight.
Right. And that is the thing. When I visit friends or family, for weeks before going there, I am already planning what I am going to cook when I am with them,
Hmm.
so we can eat that together.
Hmm. I spent a couple days at my mom's house, and I took my bed inside and basically slept in her living room. And whenever I left a couple days later, because I'm like, I need some alone time, because we're used to being alone, and then we get to choose when we're with people, which is the great thing for someone like us. But she's like, "You're leaving?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm leaving. It's time for me to go. I need some time." She's like, "Well, I'm gonna make dinner." I'm like, "No, I won't. I won't be here. I will not be here. I'm sorry." And like, she doesn't understand that this is where I live. Just because I
Exactly.
park it in your driveway doesn't make it doesn't turn it into just a car, you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
So
And
I
and
feel
that is
like,
the
do you
thing.
feel like your family has that issue whenever you come visit?
Um, they did, luckily not anymore, and YouTube helped me with that. I mean, when I started doing this, mm, my children were very concerned about me going on the road. So somehow I started doing these YouTube videos so they could see that I was in existing in a place and that I was okay. So over time, they grew accustomed to the idea that this is my life now
Right.
because they see me in different places with different people and they have their opinions now. So, like, oh, that piece was fantastic. Oh, why did you say that? Why did you do the other thing? But it's not about where I live anymore. And I feel we're closer now than we were when I was in a place by myself. You
Wow.
know? Because now it's not the phone call. I mean, we're spread out all over the world.
Mhm.
And it's not something that we can visit each other very frequently, but at the most, it was always phone calls and things like that. But now it has a purpose because it's not just, how are you? Are you okay? Do you need anything? No. Now there is a topic to talk about,
Right.
you know? And so I don't know. Eh, for me, this type of life has changed my conditions, my life for the best. I am
That's
more
so
in contact. I know. I am more in contact with the people I love.
that's awesome to hear. I think that, and I think it helps that clearly they're watching, and so they're paying attention, so they get to know you a little bit better.
And
Mine don't watch, and I'm fine with that. But it still is like, well, I'm not gonna keep explaining to you either
correct,
because
correct.
there's only so
But
much
you
I can
know,
say.
it is also a gift to them because no matter what, YouTube videos stay up forever.
So true.
And so someday my grandchildren are going to say, "What did we have a grandma that used to live in a van?" Oh yeah, sure. So they can watch my videos.
Lived in the van down by the river.
I know.
I hear that joke so many times now. I swear,
Yeah,
when it originally aired, because it's not a show that I watched. So when it originally aired, I never heard of it, but now I hear it so much. I'm like, okay, guys.
the thing is, everybody wants to do this type of life now.
Yeah, and I think it's some of it is a lot of us want to do this type of life because it does give us a way to work and travel and see things in a way that we haven't been able to see them before. Because it's not
Yeah,
just, oh, you want to go here, there, or wherever. Well, you've got to get a hotel or you need
yeah,
to have somebody to stay with.
correct.
So, and I think, and especially because you have these huge vans and, schoolie buses and all this other stuff, it's more accessible. However, like long years ago, like I was saying, you had to get a hotel. So it was very expensive. But
Yes.
now you can choose a vehicle to where you, as a solo person or as a family, can live and travel. And there's
Yeah.
so much remote work now, thanks to the internet, that you are able anybody is able to do this job. As long as you can take whatever you do remote, you can do it. Even as like a construction worker, you can travel to different cities and do that.
Well,
Nurses, I know
yesterday,
several nurses that do this, you know.
funny you mentioned that. Yesterday I was talking with a guy. I went to town to empty the toilet because I have a small toilet, and once a week I have to go to the toilet and empty it there. So I was doing that, and a guy approached me, and he was very curious about what I was doing. So I explained to him, and he also lives in a small cargo van, and he pulls
Okay.
a toy hauler, and in the
Mhm.
toy hauler he has his motorcycle, and he's a
Mhm.
biker. So he goes to some place and then he takes like scenic byways in the
Yes,
motorcycle.
that's what I
And
was going to start doing.
right, there's so many ways of doing these kind of thing. And what
Mhm.
you said, he works. So he goes to a place where he can work in construction, and then he takes the bike to, I mean, for the weekend, sort of.
Right. So, and he's not missing anything. Especially because he has a contract there, so he's there for a certain amount of time. He has that 1 to 3 months or however long it's going to take to see absolutely everything in the area, even though it is on the weekends or just evenings, which is
Exactly.
fantastic, I think.
I think it is so liberating.
I mean, there's not many reasons anymore to be tied down. And I think that's the great thing about it. But it is a choice because, I mean, it's not all peaches and cream, but
Oh
it's
no, of
not a
course not.
complete nightmare either.
No,
But I think there's as many hardships doing this as there is living in the house,
absolutely.
in my opinion.
In the house, you're always paying attention to the noises. Uh, did something break? Did the pipe blow out? I don't know. There is always something to be fixed.
Hmm.
something to be done, lots of bills coming. I mean, this
Hmm.
type of life allows you to live as with as little money or as much money as you want,
Right.
because when you come down to the cost, apart from the gas, which is very expensive these days, uh, there are not too many more expenses.
Right. I'm writing in the
So,
comments.
oh, okay. Yeah, I cannot see the comments from here. I don't know why, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Hey,
If
hey,
nothing else, we have a great conversation. But
hey,
I
I,
know that
I,
there'll be plenty of folks afterwards that'll comment. I know
of
last
course,
week I got a lot of comments afterwards, so it's all good. But
I,
I'm pretty
I
sure
love,
we'll have
I
a
love
really good
talking
time.
with you. I love talking with you because you're such an intelligent person. And when we did the video of your SUV,
Mhm.
I don't know if you had time to go through the comments, but so many people loved you and
Really?
loved. Oh, you have to go there and check the comments. So many people said so many great things about you and about your vehicle and how clever everything was arranged there. I
Mhm.
think you have become a little bit of an example of what an SUV should be.
Oh wow. I have not been able to go through comments. I will probably go through them now. Um, but I have had several people that said I came over from Adriana's channel, and
Oh,
I appreciate that so very much.
oh,
It
I am
was
so
really
happy.
great to earn some new friends, and
Yeah,
that they enjoyed watching the show with the both of us and the rig, and it's been fantastic. And I've been just chit chatting with absolutely everybody.
yeah. And again, that is yet another side of this type of life that is so underrated. And it's the fact of the community building.
Hmm.
Because when you start talking with other people who do the same thing and who live the same way, for some reason you become friends immediately. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and I thought it was going to be so much more difficult than it was to find people and build community, but it actually just kind of it just happens. And I guess it's because while there are a lot of people out here, there's the community. It's still not a very big community.
No, of course
So
not.
you just kind of, I mean, if you see things sort of the same way, you already know that you have something in common in being a vehicle dweller, whether you're in a van, a minivan, an SUV, a bus. You already know that you have that in common. So you already
There
have
is
a
something,
part of
there
a
is something
mindset,
that connects you. Yep,
right? And I think that makes it a lot easier. It already breaks the ice. And then
yep,
and then the question is basically the question that I'm asking my guests now: how do you live?
yep.
You know, how are you making van life, if you want to call it van life or whatever? How are you making it work for you and the way
Right.
that is comfortable?
And for me, the key to that answer is first, of course, is what are your possibilities for people who want to do this? What are your
Hmm.
possibilities? Can you go out there and do it in a very simple way, in a non-expensive way? If you tell me you have to buy a big rig or a van of some sort and get into debt to buy the vehicle, then I go like, that is not my first preference, you know? Uh,
Hmm.
in my case, I donated my old car and I bought this one, but I paid it out. I paid it off because
Okay.
I didn't want to have an installment to pay. So I only pay for the insurance and the change of oil, which I do more frequently um, than necessary because I want to keep my home in good shape. But the point is to have a very simple start because if you don't like the lifestyle, you should be able to undo that easily without suffering, without losing money. You should be able to go back to what it was.
Yes. Hello, Tim. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the live stream.
Hi, Tim.
Have you seen Mo Bang for Your Bucks? He actually
Oh,
had a really good show today about improving your weather stripping. Not your
oh,
weather stripping, your rain guards.
I
He has
have
a
to check
really
that
good
out.
channel. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I will go there. So
Yeah.
I'm coming.
So we are talking to Adriana from Many Roads, No Rules, and you're gonna have to explain that title of your channel.
Oh well, um, I was I lived under too much stress for too many years. Um, I had a very stressful job and life. Life can be complicated sometimes. So there was a point when 2020 hit and we went all in lockdown because of the COVID and all those things. I was under so much stress that I would just do this and come out with a whole strand of hair in
Oh
my
no.
hands. I was shedding like a dog. And I thought, yeah, no. eh, I had the idea already, but I thought, okay, this is the time. That's it. I have to do it. What do I do? Where do I go? And then the idea came. There's so many places you can go to. You can turn right, left, go north, south, whatever. There are so many roads. As with everything in life, there are so many options. But now I don't want to go by regulations and rules and stress. I want to live worry free or as worry free as possible. And that is the reason why I can go anywhere, but no
Yeah.
stress.
Many roads, no rule. I love it. 100%. And you come up with these new intros like every time. I'm like so jealous. I'm like, why can't I do that? Like, and why are you going so many places in the desert? I'm jealous because I'm just stuck here at home. I saw a really cool thing though. I'm hoping that it's finished by the time I get ready to leave. Outdoor Dash, how are you, my friend? You and I have got to link up. Are you in town? She lives, from what I understand, not too far from where I am. She's somewhere in Texas. I believe it's probably about 40 minutes or so, a little bit
No,
north.
uh-huh.
And I want to go see her.
That's a good idea. But wherever you are, what you can do is just Google trails near me. Just that. And because
Trees
there's
near me?
trails near me,
Trails.
trails. Because maybe you drive 15 minutes and you're at a head trail at an amazing place, and you go there and you walk for a couple of hours, and it changes your day. It's beautiful.
That
Everybody
is
can do
so true. I did it yesterday. As a matter of fact, I had some work that I had.
it. I lost you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. I had somebody trying to call in. I went up to Magnolia and did some work. Because like I was telling you earlier, I've just been in a place where I need some time alone. So I had, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I'd gone up to a park in Magnolia and to work before I had to do a massage. I'd gone up to a park up there, and it brought me back down to where it was that I was happiest and comfortable.
e-
I mean,
Exactly.
you have all the people around you, they're playing and doing what they do, but it was just the fact of being outside all day, being able to know that I could walk on a trail, and I did walk on a trail for a little bit, but it really does change your perspective of things.
I really like your videos when you're walking in a park or something and you're expressing something like the day with the squirrels, remember those kind of things? I really like those videos. You're a very good speaker.
Say that one more time, because you are not in my ear, and I cannot hear you as well.
That I say that I really like those videos when you walk in a park and you express some sort of idea, like the one with the squirrels, remember?
Yes.
Those videos are great. You really make me think. That's very nice.
I appreciate that you enjoy those videos. I am typically out, God, at ungodly hours of the morning, like 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And it just comes to my head. Like, that is my best thinking time. Does anybody else have that problem? I can't sleep because that is when I think and work the best, between the hours of like 4:30 a.m. and like 9. After that, like after about 9, 10:30, I'm done for the rest of the day. Don't ask me to think about anything.
Well,
I'm done and I'm ready for one of these.
perfect. So, but being in contact with nature obviously is very good. It gives very good fruit to you. Very good.
Yeah. And I really enjoy doing that 100%. And I didn't think that it would be received as well as it was, but I have the best conversation in the comments afterwards. And that makes me so very happy. Like, I just sit all day and I talk to people and we have the best conversations.
Conversations are the best. I am looking at what Mobang wrote here. Isn't that how it goes? Get up early, hike the trail, and eat lunch at the top of the hill with the view. Then head back down and relax. Start over again. I love it. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Those are the best moments in life.
Hmm. So
Amazing.
Tim says, "Isn't that how it goes? You get up early, hike the trail, eat lunch at the top of the hill with a view, and then back down and relax." Oh, you already read it. And start over
I
again
am ahe-
at
I
another
am
till the
ahead
next
of
day.
you.
You are ahead of me because you know what? I'm trying to multitask because I've
I
got
know.
a friend of mine. I had told her earlier, I called her like around noon, 11 o'clock noon. I was like, let's go get some crawfish because I smelled some crawfish in the air. And she was
Oh,
like, okay, cool. So I was like, all I need to do is finish editing a video and then I've got the rest of the afternoon.
right.
So the rest of the afternoon, I didn't hear anything. And then now she's called me twice while we're on this live. And I'm like, so I had to go to Facebook Messenger. I'm like, I'm on a live right now. I'm going to have to get to you after 8 o'clock. I'm working. I'm working here. No, but yes, outdoor dash, very refreshing. I love walking on the trails. That is the best time of day for me. And the days that I cannot do that, especially when I'm at home. For some reason, when I'm out of town and I don't do it, I'm still okay because no matter what, I'm always going to be out in nature somewhere. But when I'm
And the
at
important,
home, it feels like it's more of an effort.
well, but the important thing is to be conscious, to be aware that you are on purpose in nature. Being in nature is something we have to do more because it
Hmm.
is very good to counterbalance the stress of the world.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's a,
I know personally I do so much better. And
yeah.
you, ma'am, have been living blah, blah, blah. Living. I promise it's only been one beer. Okay, maybe it's been two because I did listen, I did go ahead and have crawfish ahead of her, and we're probably gonna go have crawfish again afterwards. That'll probably be my whole crawfish adventure this year. Unless I go to Louisiana and I have it. 'Cause that's the only other way.
You're
But
living dangerously.
I am living buried. You know what? Here's the thing is the food in Houston is just the absolute best. It could be because I'm from here and I'm familiar with it, but I just have not had anything better. The tacos that we had at I think it was like what was
The
what was
sandbar,
Sandbar were very very good,
they were
but they
very good.
still don't top Houston. Like I just can't. So I'm just like trying to eat all the things, trying to eat all the things. I'm like a little squirrel, trying to eat everything and save it up, but I can't save it. My cheeks are
And
big enough already.
yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. So I agree with Mobang.
Yes, 100%. Go to your local park, walk the opposite
Yeah.
direction that you normally do. Oh my God, Mo Bang. I am so happy that you say that. You know what? The other day, so typically when I get here, it's dark, but I just happen to have good sunlight. And I finally went on a trail that I have been looking at for years, but I was like, it says bike trail, but I've seen people walk back there, and I'm like, but I neither rule follower sometimes, you know. I'm like, I can't go back there. It's just
Good
for bikes.
girl.
You have to have a
Good
helmet and all
girl.
that. I went back there, and I was like, it's so nice back here. And there's really nobody back here, especially early in the morning. I was like,
Yeah,
why haven't I walked this trail earlier? And then I realized because when you walk trails that you don't know, you also get lost.
that's
So
very good. That's very good. Getting lost is an adventure. I love it.
it is an adventure.
Yeah.
And I the only thing about it that made me nervous was because I was filming on the phone and I was also talking on the phone earlier in the walk. So my phone was dying, and that was the only thing that made me nervous. I was talking to a friend of mine. I was like, I'm lost. I'm not sure that I remember how to get out from the way that I came in. I was like, I've taken so many turns at this point. Was like, listen, the last place, if I said, if I don't call you in like the next 2 hours, send somebody,
Send the
somebody in. I'm
police.
right next to
Yeah.
the police station, so they can find me.
Well, but that is a good adventure. That is a very good adventure.
Yes, I loved it 100%. I've got to go there again. I know this morning, whenever um, I walked in the dark because now it gets,
Right.
light
Because
later
of,
in the morning.
yeah.
And this park, so the time posted is 6, but they open about 5:30ish.
Uh-huh.
So it's still pretty dark. But so like some of the trails, like the nature trails, I won't really do too much in the dark. Stay closer to the light, safety and all.
Right.
But whenever I'm here in the light and I'm not working, then I'll definitely be going down there again to get lost somewhere because I don't know the trail like the way that I do the other ones. So
But there is always something nice to see. Right now, I am in the middle of the desert in Nevada, and I have been going to so many places near me that are so very interesting. I went to Area 51. I didn't see any aliens. Um,
But
I
how
went
was that? Okay, so no aliens, and I want you to tell me how that was, and then I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna tell me I'm
what is
crazy
it?
afterwards. But I want you to tell me how Area 51 was first.
Well, this is the thing. It is in the middle of nowhere. Okay. In 2 days, I drove about 500 miles because I did a whole circuit. I went to many different places. When you get there, you're in the middle of nowhere. It's miles and miles and miles in every direction. The place itself doesn't show up in Google search or anywhere. I mean,
Hmm.
because it is super closed. It's super restricted. They don't
Oh,
want you there, so there is no way to get there. But I had seen maps and I knew that I had to get to this black mailbox on the road, and that road, a dirt road that starts there, that was the access. So I started driving there. It was a little, it was not regular, so it was a dirt road and it was kind of not easy. And it's about 20 miles you have to drive along that road.
oh wow.
But then suddenly, I became very aware of this. Every time you go in there, they see you from afar. They know you're coming
Yeah, I
because
imagine
they
they
don't
have cameras
they
everywhere.
don't want you there. And then I became aware of the fact that the most you can do is get to the fence where there are huge signs that say um, lethal weapons authorized and will be used against you or something like that. So they are telling you they are going to kill you if you keep going. And then I
Oh no.
realized what they really do there is the, the most amazing weapons and playings and things that nobody knows of. They have to guard that technology with everything they have.
God.
And in times of war, like what is happening now in Ukraine, they may be super aware that a whole world war can start any minute now. And you are driving your minivan trying to approach the top secret place in the whole world. So I turned around and went away. I couldn't take it. It was so imposing. I couldn't
Yeah,
go there.
yeah.
It
Mobane
was
says if you
scary.
see a white sign with red lettering, you are not supposed to be there.
Nope,
Did you see the
nope.
sign?
Well, I didn't get there because it was many miles on this washboarding road, and there was a guy at the entrance, and he was a realtor, and he said, "Please don't go." So I didn't, but it was interesting. It was interesting.
I should have told him I just need a place to empty out my toilet.
But I didn't see any aliens. So oh well,
Well, that's no fun.
that's not
So
fun.
here's my story. Leaving California, going to Arizona on my slow-ish crawl back to Texas. So I'm driving, night has fallen, and all I see are flying objects with lights. And I'm like, first I brushed it off. I was like, oh, it's just a chopper, no big deal. Then I'm like, why is it flying around? Like, do choppers have that many lights? Like this is a lot of lights. And I'm like, this is not it doesn't look like a small plane. Like, you know what? I'm gonna mind my business and keep driving down this highway. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm driving down the highway, go about another half hour maybe, and at this point, I'm like kind of chatting with Van Life with Gina, and I see another one, and I'm like, am I experiencing aliens right now? Because I need to know. I feel like I want to pull over and go be nosy now. However, I'm not really trying to be one of those people that get abducted because you're being nosy somewhere you don't need to be.
Correct.
But it was just so funny. And I was like, well, maybe it's like a bigger drone than we're all used to seeing.
Right.
I'm like, I really hope, but it just kind of kept flying around in the same areas. I was just like, what is happening? So does anybody know anything about Arizona? Like in the Yuma area between it's, I can't remember what highway I was on, but it's the
40?
highway closer to Yuma. Hello,
Okay.
Judy. How are you? Welcome to the stream.
So my question to you is, do you believe in aliens?
Not really.
Really?
Not really. Do I believe that okay, so do I believe in aliens? Not really. However, do I believe I don't even know. I think the closest things that we have to aliens are ocean creatures, honestly. If Black Hawk, I need to look that up. I need to look up Black Hawk. But cuz I watched this YouTube channel and it's God, Pat Cloud, and he is hilarious. He finds all these animals, land animals, water animals. But oh my gosh, do you know that they're like invisible octopus?
What?
They're clear, invisible octopus out here. And he finds all these things like this. And I'm like, sea animals are probably the closest thing to actual aliens that
I get it.
we
But
have.
the point is, and I agree with Mobang here, what he just said. I totally agree with that. When you look at our planet, inside of our solar system, inside of a galaxy, inside of a universe that contains billions and billions of galaxies, and I don't know how
What's up,
many
Rick?
quadrillion, it would be so weird to believe that we were the only lucky ones to be alive.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't think that we're the only ones out here. However, I mean, I don't think any of them that are outside of this galaxy are trying to show themselves, not in our lifetime.
well,
I think if it happened in the past when it did, I think they just knew it was safer then. These folks around here are not safe, not all of them, and they know it.
eh,
They're like, no, we're not gonna come mess with them.
we're good. Thank you, but no thank you.
You're like, no, we'll leave this whole generation alone.
Yeah. So, oh, you're done with your beer.
Brace, no, I am almost done with this one, and I didn't bring out more than one. I have to make sure that I'm safe. What's up? What it do, Brace Nomad? Good friend of mine. She has a great channel as well. And she will be on in a couple of weeks. She and I have something
Yay.
very fun planned for you all. But no, I have to be safe because, like I said, I am at this park. There are children, which none of them are mine, so it's not really that big a deal. But the bigger deal is I am also next to a police station, so gotta be safe and be
Yep.
responsible. And
Yep.
plus, I still have to, drive, so be responsible. Last week well, not a much bigger can, but I had a bigger can because I knew I was staying at my mom's house, so it was like not a really big deal. But this week, like I said, I just needed a moment, so I'm just chilling, nothing
That's
big,
good.
and I'll probably have a drink with my dinner anyway later. The aliens would sit and watch and say, "Look at them humans doing crazy stuffs to each others." Yeah, I
Yes, I agree. I agree. They will say we are so primitive Yes, I agree.
Yeah, 100%, Mobang.
Shame
Um,
on us.
we've got to get better, but I mean, it's just like at this point, how you have
Uh,
almost nobody that will listen to anything. It's almost, well, I won't say that. I will say it is split. You have the side of nobodies that will listen to nothing, and then you have the side who listens to everything.
yep.
So where's the middle there?
Well,
Where's the middle? And
I
how do
believe
you, because if we could meet in the middle, then we might be able to make this better.
I believe people change only after going through something very sad. So in my little head, only when you suffer, when you go through a lot of pain, then you can face your own transformation. So I think we are at the edge of that with all the bad things happening in the planet right now. And eventually, someone is going to start saying, hey, I had enough of this. I want a new order, a new type of life. So,
Yes, Mobang, we have progressed very, very far, but we're not getting any wiser. We're just
no,
making better choice at this point.
some of us.
Some of us, because I'm better than I was, I think. What do you think? You
Well,
think you're better than you were?
I want to believe I am learning something, but this type of life is for sure a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. I will
Yeah,
definitely leave this world a lot happier and with a lot less regret than I would have had I not changed.
perfect. That is beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so, and I think that is probably the best goal we've got right now. Just leave it, and just leave better than you thought you would have. But that's the least amount of regret, because I mean those things, they add up pretty quick.
yep, absolutely. So yeah, I think I am going to. Do you have plans for how long you will continue to be a nomad? Are you thinking of already dropping out?
No, for me, I would say it's pretty indefinite as far as I can see. Um, I From where I am right now, as long as there are no physical events that happen to me, I know the only outside events would be my mother when it's time for me to take care of her, but I've already told
Right.
her I'm stashing her in a car somewhere, however she's got to sit in there. We're taking wheelchairs, walkers, whatever we got to take, and we're going on trips. But
Yep.
after, if I don't want to drive, it'll be a boat. But I think, as far as me as a person, I think I will be nomadic for the foreseeable future. Like I said, unless I just absolutely can't, I don't see any reason to buy or build a house and settle down. It's just, I don't think it's for me. How
Yep.
about yourself?
Same thing. I I cannot imagine going back to a brick and mortar again, ever. I can visit family and friends, cook in their kitchen, have these big cookouts, and then go back to my mountains and my desert. I love it. I love
Yeah,
I am not like you. I love getting up really late in the morning. So I enjoy staying in bed, having my coffee, and then I see what I do. But it's a good life.
yeah, I agree 100%. And yes, you do sleep late, but I mean, I respect that. And it works. You sleep late and then I work and then you wake up and you're like, why do you have this perfect office in front of the ocean? And I'm like, because I'm great. I'm
True, true,
like,
very true.
is there anyone else that has more than one office in a vehicle? I have created three, four offices in this
You're at
one
4
small
now?
vehicle. I'm at four now because I was
What?
able to clear my back seat just enough where I'm sitting in the back seat right now.
Whoa,
Yeah, I'm set up in the back seat, super comfortable. I'm like stretched, like my legs are comfortable and stretched out. I've got my tablet in my lap. I've got the camera over here. Four offices.
perfect.
I've got the passenger seat, the driver's seat, the back seat, and then if I let the bed
Yeah,
down, I can
your
work in
bed.
bed.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. We
Yes,
find our
Mo.
way. We find our way one way or another. Yep.
So, and to Mobang's point, also a question: if you met somebody, and I know Mobang is married, but his wife doesn't want to travel. Is that true, Mobang? Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, would you travel with your partner? Like, let's imagine that you've gone through all the dating stuff, and you're like, yes, we're together. We are definite. Would you travel together in one rig, or would you travel separately together?
I would like to keep my van. So, and I think that could be nice to add some interest to the relationship. Um, so where do we meet next? What about this place? Perfect. When are you going to be there? On Thursday. Excellent. I'll see you there on Thursday. That kind
Yeah.
of thing. So you keep it at the kind of dating stage
Mhm.
and to keep it interesting. And that way I don't need to deal with you didn't put the toilet lid down. That kind of thing.
You and Mobang got me cracking up, right? Mobang says, "Oh hell no, I keep my own rig,"
Exactly. Exactly.
and I agree with that 100%. We travel separately. We will travel separately together. If I meet somebody out here on the road, I'm not sharing shit. Excuse my language. If you're not about it, this is not the channel for you because I have language and I use it. So
Yep.
I'm not sharing absolutely anything with anybody. Because
Correct.
I have created this space, whether it's this space or I get something else, I have created this space for me. We can spend all the time in the world out there.
There's so many ways of having fun.
We can pitch a tent and spend the night together and have sleepovers.
Oh, well,
There's no
you were
reason for
already
us to
going
drive
into
together.
yeah, you were
I
already
love
going into
couples
the
that travel
logistics.
together. I love watching it, but every time I watch it, I'm just like, I don't know how you do it. There's too many things that
Yep,
happen. There's too many smells. There's too many conversations. There's too many days when I'm like, I don't even feel like talking. So why are you here?
yep, totally agree. Totally agree. And you preserve the spirit of the relationship on its toes. Very good.
Yeah. So I see that Mobang and Outdoor is in agreement with us as well. And for anybody who has not seen, I think everybody here knows Outdoor Dash Travels. But if you do not, she has a channel, and it is fantastic. She just got started a little bit ago, but go and support her. Outdoor Travels and Mo Bang.
Yep.
I need to get you up here with me. I'm going to be reaching out to the both of you soon so that I can get you up
Yay!
here for a conversation with me as well, if that's okay with you guys. But we will talk in the background and we will figure it all out.
And eventually, after we get to know them, then we can have one of these conversations, all of us together. What about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. Like a whole group situation. I would
Yeah,
love to do that. Even a 1900
perfect.
square foot home and my wife, and I still feel cramped when she is mad at me.
Of course, of
Yes,
course,
absolutely. Absolutely.
of
Outdoors is no
course.
problem. We will schedule it, Mama. We will be scheduling it for sure. But yes, a big space gets really small when someone is not happy. Mobang, we will schedule it. Gets real small real fast. And you just I will never forget when me and my guy we used to we tested that whole living together situation. And I don't think that lasted 3 months before I was like, you gotta get out of my house. I was like, you gotta get
Yep,
out and we're gonna go back to dating because I don't like you right now. And if we go with how I feel right now, this is done.
yep.
I
Some
was like,
people are
but
very good at taking you out of your comfort zone.
yeah.
Yes.
So and I think a part of it was that I let him move into my space rather than us looking for a space separately. But yeah, mm-mm. Yeah, Mobang. I'm tell you that was probably the one of the meanest times in my life. But
Yep,
yeah, but you
of
always have
course.
to. Sometimes I would sleep in the van just to have peace. You know what? And that was how I learned living with him was how I learned that I am not afraid to sleep in my car at night because it was
Wow,
one night I got mad and I was like, I don't want to be here with you. And I went
wow.
and got in my car and I went to sleep in the front seat and all I had was a blanket.
That's tough.
And I was
I'm
like,
very sorry. I'm very sorry you had to learn that way.
I am too. However, it was a good lesson and that was when I really started thinking about
Lessons
it.
are always good, but I'm sorry. The beer is over.
Okay, now I'm gonna now I'm done. Boo. But I mean you live and you learn, but I always ask myself questions like, had that event never happened and I did not sleep overnight in my car, would I be here now? Because how else would I have decided to know? Now I've slept in my car at work overnight, like a little nap or whatever, but that's not the same thing.
Right. I don't know how things happen, but they happen when they have to happen. That is how it works. Um, Let me share this with you. The one guy I was sure I loved so much. I came back home one morning and he had left. Oh, because I had to work very early in the morning, so I came back home like at noon and he had left. And I went into the kitchen and the toaster was in the middle of the counter and there were toast crumbs all around the toaster, all around the whole counter. So I don't know, he killed a toast, a piece of toast. And there were pieces of toast on the floor, and the batter was outside of the fridge, and the knife with butter was someplace else on the counter.
What in the
That
world?
was it. That was it. You don't mess up. You don't kill a piece of toast and a lot of
And this
butter.
is the evidence.
Never again.
That's
Never
too
again.
funny. All right, my
Oh,
friend. I appreciate you so very much. I don't know. Did your phone fall over, girl? Well, I appreciate you so very much for being here with me this evening. Yes, Mobang. Dead toast. Um, she is also no, I can't. I think she's frozen. I think she's frozen. But I appreciate absolutely everybody for being here with me tonight. I've had such a great time with all of you. And I will see you next week for another conversation when we have Miss Allison from Travel Snacks talking with us and having a good time. So hopefully you guys can come in. Now let me ask you a question real quick, if you can, like drop it in the comments real fast. 7 or 7:30, which one is better? Because I think I'm noticing 7:30 is better. What do you think? Yes, Mobang, I've had the best time. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. And I am here for, you guys know I'm here for the comments and anything that I could be doing better. Is all I'm trying to do is get better. 7:30 outdoors is either. Okay, so I think next week I might try 7:30. But if you're not on my Instagram, let me know. Great time, girl. We have to hook up. Yes. Um, what way is best to get in contact with you? Because I am in town now and I am basically constantly in the Woodlands or Magnolia, so you're not far. And I was this close yesterday to go into Conroe, because there's a couple of free spots out there to stay, and I was this close to going. So you and I definitely need to hook up soon, because I need to get out, because I live and kind of roam around like the Cypress area, Cypress Spring area. So yeah, I'm ready to get a little further out of town, but I do go out of town for a couple of days next week. But when I get back, we can definitely hook up for sure. But next week we will try this at 7:30. I hope that you all are here. I've had the best time with you. I will. When I get back, I certainly will. Um, we'll chat about it. I'll find you. We'll chat and we'll find a way to set it up. Ah, yeah! It makes me so happy. Yes, I will come stay in your backyard 100%. So I will be seeing you soon. Judy says 7:30. So yes, next week we will be trying this at 7:30. Because I do think that it's going to be a better time. But I will see you guys next week, and thank you so very much. Love you guys.